Hey there, Matthew here. So I have the new Sonos Roam speaker, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi speaker, I guess you can say. This is the new portable speaker from Sonos. They previously had the Sonos Move, which they considered was a portable speaker, but that thing was bigger than some speakers that aren't portable. So anyways, they finally have one that is small enough to just throw in a backpack, which is nice. This retails for $169.99, so roughly $170. But anyways, this is their new Sonos Roam speaker. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this and do just a quick walkthrough and setup of this device. So stay tuned. So if you are familiar with Sonos, the brand, it is a pretty reputable brand. They have speakers such as the Sonos Beam, which I personally have. It's a smaller soundbar and it sounds amazing. They also have the Sonos One lineup, which is their smart speaker kind of, I guess, Amazon Alexa or their HomePod competitor that has built-in assistant. You can program it for either Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. So yeah, that is the Sonos lineup. They've got a bunch of other cool, great sounding speakers, but this is their Sonos Roam speaker. This speaker is Apple AirPlay compatible, so that means that it works with the Apple devices. But from what I hear, you can also connect this to, let's say, a Google Assistant or an Amazon Assistant as well. This speaker is supposed to sound super good, especially for the portability of it. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this speaker. On the back of the box or the packaging, there are this tab here. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this, and there's a tab up top here. So we'll pull that as well, and we'll just kind of toss those a little bit to the side. And then that's all you need. You don't need a knife or a scissors, which is nice. So if you're traveling and like that and you don't have a knife or scissors, you don't have to worry about that. So the first thing when you open the box is that the speaker itself is right here, and it's kind of in this nice cloth kind of packaging. So we'll go ahead and undo that right there. It says Roam, just so in case you didn't know you got a Sonos Roam speaker, it lets you know. And this is kind of the carrying case, I guess you could say, of the Sonos Roam. It's nice. I'll probably keep that. Won't have the sticker because I don't need to know that it is a Sonos Roam because I already know. But anyways, here is the Sonos speaker itself. It looks really nice, but we'll get into that in a minute. I'll go ahead and put this to the side. The other things that come in the box is kind of a quick start guide, how to set up your Sonos Roam, and it's got all that as well, just like that. So that's neat right there. And then you have a power cord, USB-A to USB-C, and it is a right angle USB-C, which is pretty cool. That way when you do plug this in, let's say you plug this in, it can go either that way or this way. It doesn't have to stick out so much, so if you have it against a wall or anything like that, that's cool that you do have that option right there. But it does use any USB-C speaker, so don't worry if you lose this. You can use any USB-C cord. Sadly, it does not come with a power brick in the box, but I'm sure you do have a USB-C or a USB-A power brick that you can connect your cord or any cord to the speaker itself. So that's all that comes in the box, would be the cord, the setup guide, and just the Sonos Roam itself, along with its, guess it's carrying case, more like a sock, but whatever. So we'll go ahead and move this to the side there, and we'll kind of move this, take that, and here's the cord, here's the setup, and here's the Sonos Roam speaker itself. Okay, so let's kind of dive into the speaker, kind of see the physical aspects of it, and then do the setup real quick. So it's very understated. You just have the word Sonos right here, and then everything else is kind of plain, understated, all that. which is pretty cool. It does have 4 little feet right here on this side, so if you were to just set it right there, and they're kind of rubber, so it allows for it to not move too much, especially if it's playing music. You don't want vibrations to move the speaker. You can also do it like this and it will sound just as good. And then right here on the bottom, I know we talked about the USB-C port, but on the bottom right here, it also has Qi wireless charging. So you can actually charge this wirelessly on any Qi enabled charging pad. I know Sonos also sells a wireless charging pad that is actually kind of this shape, but you can also use any wireless charging pad if you want. You don't have to buy their actual wireless charging pad. On the top here, I don't know if you can see it, but there are actually little buttons here. They're tactile. They're not super tactile, but they are a little tactile, and so you do have some functions, some controls right here. You have your play pause button right here. You have your plus and your minus, so probably volume up, volume down, stuff like that. And then you have your microphone button, so you can probably take calls on this, end calls, and access your assistant through this button right here. And so that's there. So if you're sitting it down like this, it's going to be on your left side. If you set it up, it's going to be up top like that. So other than that, there is the USB-C port, and then there is a button right here that I'm sure will power on the speaker itself. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this charged up, turned on, and then we'll walk through the pairing and setup process of this device. So stay tuned. Okay, so I have the speaker turned on. You have a blinking green light, so that's good to know. There is an app for this device right here. It is the Sonos app. It is available for both Android and iOS, so you can get it on your Google Play Store or your App Store through iOS. But anyways, this is the Sonos app. Don't be confused with the Sonos S1 app. Just type in Sonos and in comes the app itself. So we're going to go ahead and open that. Since I already have a Sonos speaker, my speaker should already be in there. So I do have the app here. I'm going to go ahead and press System. So when you do open up the app, this screen should pop up. But when you do want to pair up a device, you press the gear icon right here, and then you go to System and you go to Add Product. So we're going to add product. I'm going to go ahead and give it some notifications, and we're going to go ahead and search for this device. And as you can see, it just pops up, and we're going to do add, getting your Sonos Roam ready. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and right there give you a little chime, and now you can kind of hear it. So now it says tap your mobile device on the highlighted area between the feet of your Sonos Roam that's playing the chime. So in between the little feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to tap it. And just like that, it's connecting to my Sonos Roam. So now it is connected. Super easy. I'm going to go ahead and put in my password. Okay, now it is connecting to my Wi-Fi, because in order for Wi-Fi and connecting to your Sonos system, I guess if you are in the Sonos ecosystem, you have to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so now that it is connected to the Wi-Fi, it says that there is an update, so it could take 2 to 6 minutes before you can use it. So I'm going to go ahead and just update the Sonos speaker itself. So while it's updating the speaker, it kind of gives you a little walkthrough of the device. So to set songs as alarms, wake up to your favorite playlists, and add reminders throughout the day, and that is through the Sonos app itself. But you can also, I guess, control it through your voice assistant as well. There's also group speakers without the app. You can actually hold the play and pause button on your speaker to group or ungroup rooms. So I have a Sonos Beam in my living room, so I can actually pair the two and group them together. And then save favorite songs to your Sonos. And so just like that, your Sonos Roam has been added, so you can connect to your personalized in your settings. So we'll do that. But So this is your true play, which what it does is it locates where you are in the room, and it will adjust the sound to kind of give you the best optimal sound for you, and your location is enabled. So I'm gonna say done. So while it's loading up the tour content, we're just going to go through again a couple quick specs of this device. It does have battery life of 10 hours, which is pretty good considering other speakers, like other Bluetooth speakers, for instance my JBL Flip 5, stuff like that, have about 5 to 7 hours of battery life. So 10 hours is a good start for Sonos. It does use both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, which is nice, so you can kind of use both if you want. It also has a feature where whenever you get to, let's say, your room or your apartment that has your Wi-Fi, your house that has your Wi-Fi, it will automatically connect to the Wi-Fi instead of like the Move where you had to actually go into the settings and change it from Bluetooth to Wi-Fi. So that's pretty neat that it can do that automatically without you having to change that yourself. You can actually pair this speaker with another Sonos, so you can have left and right audio channels, or you can do, I guess, as a full, like, it plays it double as loud. So that's cool that you can do that. And again, you can do like multiple rooms, multiple groups of speakers, and just have a big, I guess, party if you want of speakers if they are both S1 or S2 compatible. This speaker is also IPX67 rated, so that means that it can be dropped in water. It is waterproof for 3 feet to up to 30 minutes, so that's nice that it you don't have to worry about it getting wet or anything like that. You can actually just take it with you wherever you go, whether that's at the pool or on a hike. It does have little rubberized sides right here and here, and the feet, so that way it kind of has some durability. Now the grill and the back and all that is hard plastic, but overall the sides are kind of a rubberized feeling on it. You can use AirPlay 2 on this. It is AirPlay 2 compatible. However, with that you have to have it connected to a Wi-Fi setting. You can't do it via Bluetooth. And finally, this has Bluetooth 5.0 support. So luckily it is 2021 and it does use Bluetooth 5.0 rather than Bluetooth 4.2, 4.1, anything like that. I would have liked to see it with Bluetooth 5.1 or 5.2, but I will take 5.0 if need be. Here's a little indicator light at the top right there, and then there's one here as well, so you do have 2 indicator lights right there. Okay, so because of copyright and all that, I'm not going to play any music through this, but I did just listen to a couple songs. Sally Walker by Iggy Azalea, and Money by Cardi B, and then some classical music, some pop music, stuff like that as well. And I will say this does, for the size, it sounds pretty good. The bass is definitely there. It's not going to be earth-shattering bass like you would see in something like the Sonos Beam or probably the Sonos Move if you do have that, but it does have pretty decent bass for the size of this. In the app you can actually change the EQ settings, so you can add bass, you can lower bass, same with the treble as well. I like to have medium bass with good treble because your voices kind of sit in the treble section of the EQ settings, so if you want to be able to hear voices more, I would suggest upping the treble, lowering the bass, or keeping the bass the way it is. But anyways, this sounded initially pretty good. I'm excited to try this out, test this out, and see after a few weeks how it sounds and all that after I've kind of broken in the speaker, because again, with most new speakers, it does take a little bit of time to break it in, get the speakers going, so that way your music actually sounds more full, more rich, and all that. But I will go ahead and just test this out and see how it is, break this in a little bit. So hopefully the sound quality does get even better, but already just playing it for a little bit, it sounded really good, especially for the size of the speaker. I will say this speaker is about the size of the JBL Flip 5, so it's also going to compete against size-wise against, let's say, the Sony XB23, stuff like that, the Bose Micro, but this does cost a little bit more. However, this compared to this, you can connect an assistant to this. This also does use both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and it overall is a more elegant design. But the JBL Flip 5, of course, in my I guess my speaker comparison review of this and the Bose Micro and the Sony XB23, I said that the JBL Flip 5 is my overall favorite speaker, but hopefully we'll see and test this and see how this compares to those speakers. But anyways, I will do more of a review on the speaker later on after I do a couple other videos, and I also have some work. So it may take me a little bit, but hopefully I will get more consistent with posting videos now that I am, for the most part, moved in. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been my Sonos Roam unboxing, setup, and walkthrough video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I post another video. Until then, everyone, stay safe. Peace.